So this is a review for the unit test tomorrow. So we're going to go over question 1, etc., etc., etc. I'll probably break it into 2 videos. So, which parallelogram has an area of 60 square units? So remember, for a parallelogram, we're talking base times height. And so we need to find the right angle. So here's our right angle, so we're going to do that times that. That's extra. So 12 times 10. Well, 12 times 10 is 120. Well, we want 60. So A is up. Well, right angle, so that's this side and this side. Well, if this is 6, this is 6. So that's 10 times 6. Well, that's 60. Now, since it's which, that means we're done. Now, if I continue just to make sure, right angle, so that's 12 and 15. Well, 5 times 2 is 0, carry 1, 5, and 1 is 6. Placeholder. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. And so 0 and 0. 2 and 6 is 8. And 1. Oh, 180 is not 60. And again, right angle. If this is 6, that's 6. So we're going to use 6 and 6. 6 times 6 is 36, which is not 60. And so, yeah, has to be C. Now, for question 2. So we've got these two shapes. Polyhedron P is a cube with a corner taken out and put on top. Now, polyhedron Q is just a flat cube. So how do their surface areas compare? So let's say that this is 3, 3, and 3. Well, then this is 3, 3, and 3. But with this piece missing, that's 1, 1, and 1. So if we look at this from this side, this orange space right here is 3 times 3 for 9. But we also have that one, which is 1 times 1, which is 10. Then this green space is 3 times 3, which is 9, and then 1 times 1, whoops, which is 1, and so together that makes 10, and what I meant was up here together that makes 10, and then here this blue space is all 1, and so that's 3 times 3 is 9. And so that right there is 29. Just for those 3 sides. Well, if I come over to this one, I've got, oh, I did orange on orange, I'm sorry. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 3 is 9. Well, when I add that together, I get 27. And so P has a greater surface area just from those 3 sides. And so now, when I double it, because the entire surface area of Q is going to be 54. Well, when I take P and I look at the backside, well, that's going to be another 10. And I look at so when I look at this side here, that's going to be another 10. When I look at this side, that's going to be another 10. When I look at the bottom, that's going to be another 9. And so times 2 is 18, carry 1, 4 and 5, and so that's 58. And so P has a greater surface area. And so P surface area is less than Q. No, it's greater. P surface area is greater. Is equal. Nope. P surface area is greater. And so that's our answer. Okay. There's more surface area here because this piece was taken out. All right, so number 3. A cube has side lengths of 8 inches. Select all values that represent the cube's volume in inches. Well, so we've got a cube. And so that's 8, 8, and 8. And volume is length times width times height. So that's 8 times 8 times 8. Well, that's choice E. Now, notice I didn't use any 6s here. So that has a 6, that has a 6. And so now this can be rewritten as 8 to the 3rd power because there's 3 8s. So that's B. And so those are my 2 answers. Since there are 3 8s, that's 8 to the 3rd. And so that's it. We're done. All right. Number 4. Now, this is a very tricky question. Okay? So, triangle QRS with these coordinates is drawn inside the rectangle shown below. What is the area of this triangle? So we're looking for the area of this triangle. Okay. Now, we don't know if we have a base height pair because we don't know where the base is, we don't know what the height is. And so the easiest way to do this is 1, find the area of the rectangle. 2, find the area of other triangles. So A, B, and C. And 3, subtract areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find and say 1, 2, 3, 4. So the distance there is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the distance there is 5. So the area of the rectangle is 4 times 5, which is 20. Now, for A, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the area of A is 3 times 4 divided by 2. Because remember, for a triangle, we divide by 2. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6. Okay, so the area of A is 6. Now for B, 1, 2, 1, 2. So the area of B is 2 times 2 divided by 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4. Divided by 2 is 2. So the area of B is 2. And then for C, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so the area of C is 2 times 5 divided by 2. Well, 2 times 5 is 10, divided by 2 is 5. And so now we do our subtraction. We do 20 minus 6 minus 2 minus 5. Well, 20 minus 6 is 14. Minus 2 is 12. Minus 5 is 7. And so that's our answer. Okay. So yes, this is a longer question, but we need to take our time and find the area. So we're doing area 4 times and we're subtracting our answers. Okay. Select all of the nets that can be folded and assembled into the triangular prism like this one. Into a triangular prism like this one. Well, a triangular prism has 2 triangles and 3 rectangles. So we're looking for something that has 2 triangles and 3 rectangles. Well, this has 1, 2 triangles and 1, 2, 3 rectangles. So A works. This has 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles, so B does not work. This has 1 triangle, so C does not work. 2 triangles and 1, 2, 3 rectangles, so D does work. Okay, that's all we're looking for. Identify what shapes you need and which net has them. Okay. Now for question 6. A rectangular prism has dimensions of 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters by 5 centimeters. What is the surface area? Now, because it actually gives it to you as cubes, there are a couple ways we can do this. Now, I know what I would prefer you do. However, that would be that you do 2 times 5 and get 10. You do 2 times 5. Then you do 2 times 5 and get 10. And then you do 2 times 2 and get 4. Add it together and times it by 2 for 48. Now, so that's the way I would prefer you do it. Now, that being said, you are also welcome to take the much simpler counting approach. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cubes there. Then you have an 11th, a 12th, a 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Well, that's 24 for 3 sides. Well, you got 3 more sides, so you double it. And you get 48. So either approach is fine. Okay, whichever is easiest for you. So the net of a rectangular prism is shown below. The surface area of each face is labeled. Which values represent the dimensions in centimeters of the rectangular prism? Well, so one of the ways to look at this is we've got 24. Well, to get 24, we can do 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Then we've got 18.
I'm going to talk to you nurse for just a minute, okay? Can you go back to class? Okay.
That's 1 and 18.
I just tested about
2 and 9.
Progress monitor first.
3 and 6.
I'm gonna pull you later, so you plan to.
And then 12
But I have to just set some goals and stuff. So can you just plan your afternoon from
is 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And so now we're looking for what numbers can we multiply to get all of these numbers. Okay. So, well, if I look at 12 and 18, well, 12 times 18 isn't going to equal any of these numbers. So, goodbye. Well, 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 times 8 equals 24. Does 8 times 4 equal 18? No. Okay, so I want to take them and do that. So 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 8 is 24. So good, good. 8 times 4 is 32. Bad, because I needed 18. So B's out. 3 times 4 is 12. Good. 3 times 6 is 18. Good. 4 times 6 is 24. Good. So C. And if I check my last one, 2 times 9 is 18. Good. 2 times 12 is 24. Good. 9 times 12 is 108. And that's bad, because that's not any of the ones there. Alright, now, for 8, a square has a side length of 9 centimeters. What is its area? Well, 9 times 9 is 81, so that's centimeters squared. You do need the centimeters squared in order to be counted correctly. Okay? Must have. And so a square has an area of 9 centimeters squared. So blank times blank equals 9. So same number. So what times itself equals 9? Well, there's 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. Well, since we want the same number, that's got to be 3. So the answer is 3 centimeters. And again, the centimeters has to be there. Otherwise, it's going to be wrong. All right. So for each pair of numbers, circle the number that is greater. Well, these should be a little, at least the first two should be a little bit of common sense. We've got 13 squared or 15 squared. So what's bigger, 13 times 13 or 15 times 15? Well, 15 is bigger than 13, so 15 times 15 is going to be bigger than 13 times 13. And then what's bigger, 6 times 6 or 6 times 6 times 6? So 6 to the second or 6 to the third? Well, this is only 2 6s, that's 3 6s. So multiplying by another 6 is going to make it bigger. And now for the last one, this one you might actually have to work out a little bit. Okay, we've got 10 to the third, which is 10 times 10 times 10, or 30 times 30. Well, 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000. 30 times 30, well, 0, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 3 is 9. So that's 900. Well, 1,000 is bigger than 900, and so 10 to the third is bigger. So let's just kind of evaluate, see which one's bigger. Alright, so for number 10, we got a net and it's made of right triangles. All measurements are given in centimeters. So if it's folded, what type of polyhedron would it make? Well, we said earlier that if it has 2 triangles and 3 rectangles, it was a triangular prism. And so that's your answer. And so now, what is the surface area of this triangular prism? Well, this is where we go through. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 3 is 18. Then we've got 3 times 4 divided by 2. Well, 3 times 4 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. And then up here we've got 3 times 4 divided by 2, so that's also 6. So now we have 24, 30, 18, 6, and 6. Well, 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 6 is 24. Carry 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And so our answer is 84 centimeters squared. Now, explain your reasoning. For full credit, you actually have to explain, and I found the surface area isn't correct. So I did 6 times 4 equals 24 to find the area of the first rectangle. Then I did 6 times 5 is 30 for the second one. I found the last rectangle by doing 6 times 3 is 18. And both triangles were 3 times 4 divided by 2 equals 6. Finally, I added all my areas. Okay. Now, for 11, what is the area of the given figure? Now, this one is a challenge. There are a couple of ways we could do this. One way is by breaking it into smaller triangles. So we can make a triangle there, a triangle here, a triangle here, and find A, B, C, and that rectangle D. Or we could put it inside a rectangle find the area of the rectangle and subtract off triangle E, F, G, and H. Either way is absolutely fine. It's just a matter of, again, what's easiest for you. Show your reasoning means show your work. So, for the first method, here's the height of this triangle. So the base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our base is 7 and our height is 2. So area of A is 2 times 7 divided by 2. So that's 14 divided by 2 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a base of 4 is 4 and our height is 2. So the area B is 2 times 4 divided by 2. Well, that's 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now for C, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 times 4 divided by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And then for our rectangle, we have 3 times 4. And so we do 12, 7, 4, and 8 added together. So that's 10, and 11 is 21, and so 31. Now, if we use the other method, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so the area of the entire rectangle is 6 times 9 for 54. So for E, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 times 4 divided by 2 is 16 divided by 2 is 8. Area of F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. And so that's 5 times 2 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. For G, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that would be 4 times 4 divided by 2. And so that's 16 divided by 2 is 8. And H, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's 2 times 2 divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. And so we do 54 minus 8 is 46, minus 5 is 41, minus 8 is 33, minus 2 is 31. And so we get the same answer either way. So again, it's just a matter of what is easiest for you. Okay, you take your choice. All right, so now finally a nice easy question. Find the area of each triangle. They're all in inches. So we have a base of 6 and a height of 8. This is extra. So 6 times 8 divided by 2. So that's 48 divided by 2, 24. So 24 inches squared. Base, height, so that's 3 times 10 divided by 2, 30 divided by 2, so 15 inches squared. Nice and simple. Alright, so now we got a wall. These are in feet. Alright, and so how many square feet of wallpaper do you need to cover the wall? So we need to find the area of the wall. And so one of the easiest ways to do this is break it into pieces. So we got a rectangle and a triangle. So if the whole thing is 9, but from here to here is 6, that means that's 3. So the rectangle, so let's call this A and B. So the area of A is 6 times 8 for 48. The area of B is 8 times 3 divided by 2. Well, 8 times 3 is 24, divided by 2 is 12. And so we can do 48 plus 12 is 60. So 60 feet squared. I split the wall into a rectangle and a triangle. I found the area of the rectangle. 6 times 8 is 48. Then the area of the triangle, 8 times 3 divided by 2 is 12, and added them together. So wallpaper is sold in rolls that are 2 feet wide. What is the minimum length you would need to purchase the wall? Well, we need 60, so divide by 2, 30 feet. Alright, so area of this shape. So, again, I'm going to split it right here and make a triangle and a rectangle. Well, if this is 3, 4 1/3 minus 3 is 1 1/3. So that means that this part is 1 1/3. This is 2 1/3, or 2 1/2, sorry. So the area of the rectangle, so A and B. So the area of A is 3 times 2 1/2. So that's 3 times 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, so 5/2. Well, that's 15/2 equals 7 1/2 inches squared. Now, the area of B, well, that's 2 1/2 times 1 1/3. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 2 is 6. And so actually, I'm going to ignore that for a minute. I'm going to do 15/2 plus 20/6. So that's times 3, because I need a common denominator. So 2 times 3 is 6. 15 times 3 is 45. That's already at a 6. 45. I was going to say, we clearly haven't moved in a while. So 20 plus 45 is 65.